Too many brides overcomplicate their save the dates because they think they have to have their entire wedding vision worked out before they've even started. And this is simply not the case. I will tell you why this happens and how you can simplify it all for your wedding. If you are feeling overwhelmed about your wedding day, we have got some amazing templates that will make your life easier. Be sure to check out the wedding series on our channel where we have everything that you need for your wedding. If you want to save time, I have created a bundle of 5 save the date templates that you can purchase for just $10. This allows you to support the channel so that we can keep making videos for you just like this one. But first, let's jump into Canva and save your date. So in canva.com, you can either go to the templates and type in a search for wedding save the date for a starter template, or alternatively, you can go into create and pick the format that you would like to use. A wedding invitation would work well for something like this, or an A5 design. Finding the right personality for your font can be really tricky. I would suggest trying out a couple of different ones that appeal to you, see which ones are legible and encapsulate the personality that you are trying to capture for the style of your wedding. I will link down below to a video where I talk about different font pairings, which works very well when you have lots of different texts that you need, so that you make sure that they are all working together. Once you have your basics, you select the elements that you like, you put your text in, choose a few fonts that match the style of your wedding, and lay out your save the date. I just love the feel of this watercolor graphic that we've used for the eucalyptus. So in order to just lean into that a little bit, I'm going to put a really subtle watercolor paper as the background so that it increases the feeling of authenticity in the design. Let's test out a couple of different backgrounds. Right, I'm happy with that background. I'm now going to change the color of my font so that it is a nice bold color that contrasts against the background and is still in line with my wedding color scheme. Another approach to your text is to type in what you are wanting as your main heading, save the date, into the top search bar for the text menu, and then you will scroll down to below your basic text options and you will get to see different sections of font pairings. This is a really good start to get your inspiration going, and here we have our save the date that we can tweak slightly. So for this save the date, we have used the really popular geometric gold wreath. And what I've done here is I've duplicated it and I am just moving it around, as you can see, so that I can create just a couple more layers to this wreath. Now we're going to have a bit of fun with this one. We're going to be doing some flower arranging. I've typed in wildflower into the elements and I'm going to start a little collection of flowers that appeal to this style of the wedding. Right, I've got a jumble of flowers here. I'm just going to duplicate this page so that I've got a rough document to work with. Then I'm going to select them all and resize them all right down to a much smaller size. And then I'm just going to roughly spread them out so that I can see what I am working with. It is just like flower arranging. I probably won't use them all, but this will get the inspiration going. We also need a bit of foliage, and I'm trying to go for ones that look like they have really been painted by hand. Get rid of the wreath, select them all, downsize again. I'm already starting to feel a theme with the flowers that I can see. I'm just going to start throwing some together in a little bunch. I like these long stems so that you get that feeling of actually arranging flowers. You often have stems together at a base. I'm going to put these together in a group. And I'm wanting it to go both up and down, so I'm just having a little play around to come up with a configuration. Right, I'm going to get rid of these, so I've got some space to work with. Duplicate the page first, and then I'll just delete all of these. Now for the arranging part. Rotate so that the stems go together. Right, foliage. We're in desperate need of foliage now. This is starting to take shape. I now have a messy bunch of stems crossing over at the center there. So I'm just going to look for another wildflower image, but I'm now looking for the full head of a flower. There we go. And then that can be arranged to cover up that bit of foliage. Once I've got those all together, I'm going to group all the foliage. I'm just going to hold down Command or Control while I deselect the wreath. I'm going to duplicate this. This is going to be my base for the opposite side to keep it balanced. This is not necessary. You can just have some at the top or the bottom. You can have it on one side or both. It's a complete matter of personal preference. This is not altogether necessary. You can obviously just have one lot of arrangements on your wreath. This is a matter of personal preference, and I'm also just modeling it so that you know how to do it if you want to. I'm going to deselect them, because I'm not a fan of it being exactly the same. Floral arrangements are never identical, and it makes it far more interesting if you're able to vary it. So I'm going to ungroup them and flip a couple of elements, crop them in, and make it slightly different. This works particularly well if you have a particular flower that you'd like included in your wreath. Positions can be played with to create that sense of depth within the arrangement. Bringing to front, sending to back, bring forward. And now I'm just going to look for a butterfly to just lift this and give it a little bit more life. It's looking really good. I love the contrast between the metal wreath and the soft florals, but I just want a little bit of movement now, and a butterfly will give us that. Now we need our text information. We're going to type in the basics and then play with the font until we find something that works for us. If you don't have a vision for your big day yet, head over to our video where we create a wedding mood board that will make everything easy going forward. There's a link to this video in the description below.